Okay, these are going to be just like your constructed response questions on your final. So don't mind this whited out mess, but it's very similar and I had to give you different numbers. So the first is, what is the range of scores? It says the box and whisker plot below shows students' scores on a practice driving test. What is the range of scores? Well, the lowest score is 60 and the highest score is 82. So 82 minus 60 is equal to what? 22. That is the range. It's good to show all of your steps and all of your work. It says, what is the interquartile range? Well, if this is 76 and this is 78, it's in between here. The highest is 77. That's your median of your upper 50%, and your lower quartile, which is 68. So subtract these two, and your interquartile range is 9. If the plot represents 56 students, about how many scored above the third quartile? Well, we know each quartile represents 25% of our information. So above the third quartile is 25%, which would be 14 students. So 14 students scored above that. And lastly, a passing score is 60 or higher. Explain how you know whether or not at least 50% of the students pass the test. Well, your median is your middle, so half of your scores were above 73. So 73 is the median. Therefore, more than 50% of students passed their test. So that's what constructed response 1 is going to look like. Okay, and then the second page, okay, I use some fake numbers again. When I say fake, I mean a different example than the one you're given. It says the number of different colored marbles is shown in the bag. There's 4 red, there's 7 blue, and there's 3 green. When one marble is selected from a bag, what's the probability the marble is green? So that's 3 out of how many? 10, 14. 3 divided by 14. So it's this, or it's 21.42%. It should be 0.43. Okay, because it's 0.21 to the right, 21.43, because the 8 rounds it up. It says all marbles are returned to the bag. So we're resetting. A marble is selected and then replaced. So they put it back. A second marble is then drawn. What's the probability that the first marble is green and the second marble is blue? I don't like the way this is worded. What's the probability you get a green marble and then a blue marble? I would say that, but this is saying what's the probability that the first marble is green and what's the probability the second marble is blue. So however you take that, if I took it literally for what it's saying, the first marble being green would be 3 out of 14, but we're putting it back because we're replacing it. And the second marble being blue would be 7 out of 14. If we're saying we're getting a green, then we're getting a blue, I would say 3 out of 14 and then a blue 7 out of 14. I do this, then I do this. Answer would be 21 over 14 times 14. What's that? 196. Can I reduce it? So I'm going to do 21 divided by 196. Math, fraction, enter. That's 3 out of 28. You can put the percent, you don't have to. You just need one or the other. Okay, and then all marbles are returned to the bag. A marble is selected and it is not replaced. A second marble is drawn. What's the probability that the first marble is blue and it should say and then the second marble is red? So if we have blue and then red. Blue is 7 out of 14, and then red, which is 4 out of 14. So that gives us 7 times 4, 28 out of 196. 28 divided by 196. Math, fraction, enter. That's 1/7. Or you can say it if you want to, 14.23. Okay, this last one is now saying, if all marbles are returned to the bag, a marble is selected and not replaced, a second marble is drawn. What's an event where I'm going to get 2 over 13? So something times something is going to be 2 over 13. Is it going to be red, red? Do I pick a red and pick a red? Do I pick a red and then a blue, a red and a green, a blue and a blue, a green and a green? So let's try it. What if I did red, red? What would that give me? Well, a red is 4 out of 14. And then if I picked red again, that'd be 3 out of 14. So let's try that. Would that give me a 2 out of 13? So that'd be 12 out of 196. Does that give me a 2 out of 13? No. That gives me a 3 out of 49. So it's not red, red. Excuse me. What about red and then blue? So 4 and then a 7. So 4 out of 14 and 7 out of 14. Or wait, we replaced it. Oh, no. So maybe that'll make a difference. Let me try it again. 14 times 13. It's going to be 182. So 12 divided by 182. Nope, it's not that either. That'd be 6. Okay, so we know red and red doesn't work. All right, so let's try red and then blue. So red is 4 out of 14. And then getting a blue would be 7 out of 13 because we're not replacing it. So that's 28 out of 182. Does that give us? Yeah, that gives us 2 out of 13. So it says a second marble is drawn. Describe an event where it would be this. A red, then blue, or blue, then red. Real quick, I noticed here, this one's saying not replaced. I made an error here. This should be 13, and this should be 182. 28 divided by 182. Math fraction, enter. It's 2 out of 13, which is this. Okay, so I made a boo-boo there. All right, I was just trying to hurry up. The bell is going to ring.